Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. A Hopkins County grand jury handed up 69 indictments in January. Those indicted and who have been arrested include Daniel Lee Baxter, who was indicted for injury child elderly disabled with intent bodily injury. Janie Lynn Perez was indicted for improper relationship between educator and student. Perez, now former employee of the North Hopkins Independent School District, was arrested for communicating with a student through electronic media in violation of the North Hopkins ISD policies and regulation. The district instituted an investigation with both Child Protective Services and the Hopkins County Sheriff's Office into allegations regarding the 30-year-old Perez. Joshua Terry Ford was indicted for abandoned endangered child criminal negligence. Mackenzie Lane Fike was indicted for abandoned endangered child criminal negligence. Michaela Diane Moss indicted for abandoned endangered child criminal negligence. Melanie Dawn Skeen was indicted for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and Christopher James Bramlett was indicted for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. There are a number of other indictments. They can be found on ksstradio.com. Here's Don Julian with sports.
Wildcats soccer team took a solid 3-1 win over Pleasant Grove in a non-district match Friday night at Gerald Prim Stadium. And three different Wildcats found the back of the net. Enrique Ariano scored the Wildcats' first goal. Alejandro Diosdado got the second goal, and Alfredo Vargas scored the Wildcats' third goal on an assist by Alexis Escobedo. The Wildcats improved their season record to 4-5-1. Wildcats coach Alexi Upton likes what he is seeing from the Wildcats. He says it's finally all coming together, and Coach Upton says the Wildcats looked amazing and are playing fluid and strong. Also, the Wildcats JV, coached by Javier Aguayo, also defeated Pleasant Grove 3-1 Friday evening, and Joel Vasquez scored 2 goals and assisted on a goal scored by Hector Hidalgo. Assisting on Vasquez's goals were Joshua Tavera and also Jose Lopez. Next, the Wildcats will be playing at Lucas Lovejoy. That'll be coming up on Friday. The Sulphur Springs High School powerlifting team competed at an Emory Rains meet Saturday, and we get more information from powerlifting coach Casey Jeter.
A great meet, big invitational meet at Rains. They did a great job keeping it rolling. We had 6 platforms. We came out pretty good. We competed much better than we did in our own meet. We came out with 3rd place. Greenville got 2nd. Brownsboro got 1st as a team. We had 10 of our athletes medaled, which was great. We had improvements on every lift. Not every lift, excuse me. We had PRs, and every lifter had a PR in at least one lift. But our totals went up, and that was the big thing, so that we're getting up there and getting ready for regionals. Right now, we had a 114, Jacob Simler, 114. He was 4th place. Oscar Yanez in the 123s got 3rd place. Jesse Carrillo in the 148s got 4th place. In the 181s, Carson Bridges with a huge improve on his total. He's at 1335 on his total. 510 squat, 280 bench, and a 550 deadlift. Carson Bridges got 2nd in the 181s. George Greenway got 2nd in the 198s. With a 545 squat. That was huge for him. Caden Davis got 3rd in the 198s. He had a 300-pound bench, 450 squat, 450 deadlift, so he's coming along. And then we move on up to the super heavyweights. In the super heavyweights, we had Jacob Giannatis. Jacob Giannatis squatted 600, bench pressed 300, deadlifted 425. Which got him 2nd place at the regional or at the meet at the Rains Invitational, and then Alfredo, our other super heavyweight, got 3rd place. So our girls did a very good job. We took 2 girls to this meet. Addie Lamb received 4th place in the 123s, and Sable, I'm going to mess up your last name. Sable Edemeyer, she got 5th place for her first meet in the 181s. Very proud of our young ladies. So they represented very well.
What's next now for you?
Well, we have 3 weeks of work ahead of us as we get ready for the Commerce meet.
The Wildcats tennis team got the season underway with a good showing from lots of players at a Hallsville tournament last Friday. More from an elated Wildcats tennis coach, Tony Martinez.
But we did well. We picked up about 5 medals over on the first day, and expectations are in the right direction. So.
Yeah, you were hoping that go a little bit deeper in tournaments this year, and this is certainly a good start.
True, very true. I mean, yeah, I think we're going to be there the whole day. Like in the past, maybe the first 2 or 3 years, kind of win, lose, and go home, or lose and go home. So we're winning, or else we might lose, and then we're just going to win the rest of the way through the consolation. So either way, we're getting some match court time, and that was our main concern at these tournaments. Hey, we just want to be on the court, win or lose. Let's just get some experience and get time on the court.
Jonah Kirkpatrick ended up down in consolation, but he won that.
He did. He had a real tough match. It was cold. It was still 30-something degrees, and the wind was blowing, and he just never could warm up in his first match. He almost made a comeback, but he fell short. But we talked about it and what we needed to do, and he had quite a few mistakes, a little bit more double faults than we expected. But other than that, though, he got better and better and warmed up through the day. Beautiful day in the afternoon, but good for him. He was down a little bit also in that finals. He was down 7-4, and he made a great comeback to win it, 9-7. And so, like I said, he had plenty of play, and we saw a lot of good things that day with him.
Got Aaron Lucas and Logan Schumacher. They did well in doubles.
They played They played the team that won the tournament from Shreveport. But we were in that match all the way through. We just couldn't win the 1 point of every game. We just couldn't get. But I was very impressed and very happy with their performance on the court too, and even playing for the third place medal, they were down, I believe, 5-2 or 5-3, and they came back and turned it around and went 8-6. So, I mean, they're still showing me they're competitors, but, it was good things to see from those two guys.
Every once in a while you tinker with a little bit, and you put 2 freshmen together, and they did very, very well for you.
They did. We had Katie Beth Hurd out with the back from a few days injury before that, and so we had to kind of shuffle our lineup, and we had her playing mixed doubles with somebody else. And so what we did, Emily was scheduled to play singles, and Alex Romero was going to play with another doubles partner in the boys. But we thought we would give them a try and let's see what happens. In the 8th grade, they had played around, they'd worked out together a lot. So they had a little bit, of where we felt like, hey, they've got some history together on the court. So they knew how to take care of each other and help each other out and support each other. And they did real well. I mean, it was a heartbreaker. I mean, they did real well to get almost, to the semifinals, and then had to play for 3rd and 4th, and they fell short there. But we were very happy with that outcome too. So we don't know. It's kind of a little of a dilemma. What am I going to do this Friday? Do I keep them together? Do I go with what I had this week? So, but it's a good that they can make the adjustments, and that's what the team tennis is about here.
All right. Anybody else kind of surprise you with a good performance?
It was like Brandon Dietrich and Michael McCord. I mean, Michael was supposed to play with somebody, and Dietrich, and they did real well. They got 2nd place in the B division in the main draw. So I was very happy. I mean, they had played together last year together, and so they had real good history. I mean, they'd won some and things. So we were really happy with that performance. So other than that, everybody else, Paige Meese and senior, I was a freshman and a senior I put together, and they did real well. They lost in the finals of the Consolation A division, but they, I was trying to have the senior girls kind of teach some of the freshmen, how to handle themselves on the court. And I couldn't have a better captain than Zoe Wilson out there helping them. So we're really happy with this whole week's performance.
What's next now for the varsity tennis?
This coming Friday in Waxahachie, we're venturing over into the Dallas area. Red Oak. Red Oak's a top, 10, 15 team in the state in their division. They got some great players that went to state last year. So the competition is going to be a little bit more stronger, I think, than what we were at this past week. But we're going there competing, and that's what we're there for.
The Lady Cats softball team won 2 scrimmage games Saturday against host Pittsburgh and also Longview. More from Lady Cats softball coach David Carrillo.
We played 2 games on Saturday, and for first scrimmage, I thought we did pretty well. We were able to move the ball for the most part in game 1. Game 2, we kind of struggled a little bit, but it's so hard to simulate the pitching that we saw. But just be able to get out there and see some live pitching was a good thing for us. So all in all, I thought it was a good day for us. We had some kids with some multiple hits, and Allie Five, Brinkley Driver, and Sierra Smith and Sadie Stroud all got multiple hits in the games in both scrimmages. And great pitching. Bailey Haggerty, Tessa Holt, and Addison Condell, freshman, came through and pitched very well. They didn't allow a run in the 2 scrimmages. So, that being said, for our first scrimmage, it was good. Getting the kids out there was good, and that was the first time we were actually on a field. So being out there was a good thing.
All right, and a lot more coming up this week. I think you have maybe 3. Have today, hopefully, and then Friday, Saturday.
Yes, we're going to go play the defending state champion. Go down and play Forney tonight, and Plano East in a dual scrimmage on tonight at 4 and immediately after. We got the first 2 games, and then Friday the JV's going to play in Rockwall, and then Saturday we have our annual Rockwall scrimmage. Except instead of having the 3 teams we used to have, we're just going to have 2, and it'll be Rockwall and the Colony. And again, we're playing back to back at 11:45 and 1:30 on Saturday.
All right. So is it fun to get back out there?
Yeah, I think it is. We have such a big group of seniors, and that being said, practice has been really good because I feel like our younger kids that we have, we're working them out together, and they're learning a lot from the seniors and how things are going, and all the situations, cutoffs and relays and bunt coverages and et cetera, everything, and having the seniors there model that because there's not much having to go on because the seniors already know how to do it because most of them been around here for 4 years or been around the varsity for 4 years, and the rest of them are picking it up pretty good. So, that being said, I'm really happy with the way things are going in practices. And, again, we just tell them we over me, and you got to give up yourself and do the betterment of the team. And, they buy into it, and that's what we're going to do.
All right. May you have a nice weather year.
I'm just hoping we can get these 2 in without the front coming through. So if we can do that, it's all good. But I got my big blueberry jacket ready to go just in case.
Very good. Both the Saltillo Lions and Lady Lions got district wins against Avenger on Friday. The Lady Lions went to 8-0 in district play with a lopsided 71-26 win. And after a slow start, the Lady Lions were tied 5-5 after the first quarter. They exploded on offense, scoring 48 points over the next 2 quarters to take a 53-21 lead. Lady Lions also outscored Avenger 18-5 in the 4th quarter. For the Lady Lions, Anna Reeder had 16 points. Chandler Bain scored 15 points. Jocelyn Ochoa had 14 points. Maddie Smith with 13 points. Brittany Peoples had 7 points. And Lorena Castro and Paisley Kastner got 3 points each. The number 22 ranked Lady Lions improved their season record to 24-8. Meanwhile, the Saltillo Lions defeated Avenger in overtime by the score of 57-50. The 2 teams were tied after regulation 49-49, but the Lions outscored Avenger 8-1 in extra time to get the win. The Lions are now 5-1 in district play and 20-8 overall. For the Lions, Chris Bokhorst led the way with 21 points. Matthew Gurley, Andrew Redburn, and Ben Moore scored 10 points each, and Levi Hoover had 6 points. Both the Lions and Lady Lions will play at Bloomburg next Tuesday. By the way, the rankings came out on Monday, and the Wildcats basketball team now ranked number 4 in Class 5A. It was a happy homecoming for the Sulphur Bluff Lady Bears as they bested Bloomburg 49-39 on Friday. The Lady Bears started off slowly and trailed after the first quarter 7-3. Lady Bears bounced back in the second period, outscoring Bloomburg 19-10 to take a 22-17 halftime lead. Sulphur Bluff coach Zandra Payton said the Lady Bears made Bloomburg turn the ball over, resulting in some quick layups to get the lead. The Lady Bears outscored Bloomburg 27-22 over the last 2 quarters to secure that win. Catlin Rochelle led the Lady Bears with 16 points. Ann Dorner and McKenna Morgan had 8 points each. Allie Colette and Jada Wade scored 7 points apiece, and Margaret Ryman had 3 points.
Thanks for watching Channel 18 News. Have a great evening.